The rune pass, I think definitely as a pass. But I said something a little bit earlier about how every once in a while when you're walking on the path, it's like a snake pops out. And I say this because the typical like symbology associated with snakes is that snakes is temptation. And another thing though is that it's also a trespass, um, because snakes are known for going into the burrows of different like gophers and ground squirrels and things like that, because that's what they eat. um, Snakes, they play a very, very important role in a lot of different environments. And I don't necessarily want to give snakes that bad tint that I was kind of giving it. But it is kind of like a warning on the path. What it is that it's something that looks kind of scary, but really it's meant for you to be aware of where you're going, so that you can know where like how to actually use these. Another example of this would be like poison oak. So say you're walking down this path, and this path is pretty old, and not very many people actually uh, like traverse this path really too much. But in some spots, you're not really sure where the path actually goes, and so you kind of just start foraging out on your own to try and figure out where it is. And you come into an area with a whole bunch of poison oak. Okay, so that poison oak, it's like you become irritable, and just like you know, when you get poison oak, it's really itchy. So um, uh, poison oak, so getting irritable. And then snakes is so like feeling like you want to impose these things upon anyone else. Those are warnings that you are not on the right path, and it's not a big deal. Just remain calm and just like back up, and then like go try and go a different direction. Okay, so this one is going to be let's see, I did XYZ in the last one, and then now we're going to do W, V, and U. Okay, so W. This is Ingas, and sorry about this backwards, but I do what I can writing in a mirror. Okay, so let's see. So we've got usually it's interpreted as ung, but I interpret it as W, and I think it could really be used as either, and I'll tell you why. As far as how it's interpreted as fertility. Okay, so let's see. This is the normal way that I think people have seen the put together of Ingas, and this is what it looks like on the top. And like I said with runes, a lot of it is based on or the focus is on the shapes. And if you look at the shapes, okay, so the X is gonna be gable. It means gift or arrival. And then this one is Nayed, which is like shadow or add another dimension. Okay, so usually that's why this means fertility, is because you're adding another dimension of arrival of your family line. Okay, so why it can be W also, or why Ingas can be W also, is because of what. Okay, so what is fertility? What is having a baby? What is conceiving a baby? Conceiving a baby is the blend of two different people in one form. So I have said it like this. The Each one of these arrows usually interprets as fire. And these are like the blending of two different family lines. So it's like this goes in whoop, and then this goes in whoop, just like that. There is one more interpretation for the put together of this one ingas, and I'll show you right now. Okay, just do it real quick. Okay, so let's see. So a different way to break this down into like different parts would be to see it as a combination of othel, which is gonna be like blood and ancestors, and fire, which is like a movement or a directional arrow. So it's like a movement of the ancestors into a new form. So that would be like the three different interpretations of the different parts that make up ingas, which is known as fertility. And then let's see. So the next one is going to be Wunjo or wine. That's V. And let's see. So comfort or joy. And this one is typically almost always referred to as joy. And I think it's very interesting when you break it down and like kind of understand and conceptualize a little bit more. It's going to be a little bit closer to comfort and have like some really big deep associations with development of systems that are pretty solid. Okay, so if we look at the shapes, okay, so we've got Munja, which breaks apart into stable and returns. Okay, so we've got stable returns, and this is like the development of the harvest season. Um, in the past, before there was any agriculture or anything like that, harvest season or the time uh, approaching winter time was really scary because people weren't sure if they were going to have food for the cold months. And instead of like just accepting that fate of being in a constant state of suffering and fear, instead they decided to create a new system that is like agriculture, which is going to give you comfort or joy and stable returns. Okay, so the people who developed agriculture, they're like, okay, we're done with this stupid suffering stuff, and they created a form of having a stable return of energy to them in the form of food. Okay, so next one is going to be Uruz, and Uruz is the letter for you, and it is typically translated as power or ambition. And this one was a little tricky for me, but the way that I see it a little bit more is in the realization of free will. So that's what I wrote on the back of this one. But Urus, I'll show you what it looks like again. Um, it's definitely going to be free will if you want to avoid the snakes. You don't want the snakes. Trust me, they're not good. I mean, they are good, but they intrude upon others, and you probably don't want that. Okay, so in conclusion, we got Ingas, fertility, and then we've got Wanja, comfort, and then we've got Urus, Yeah, forgive that. It's the mirror writing again. Okay, so Uruz is gonna be like ambition, drive, or free will. Realization of free will. Well, let's just stick on free will for that one.